I was on a rant and I was dropping major information that could lead to spiritual awakening, and my cell phone battery died. It was a drag, but here's the video. I go over a lot of important things that you need to take into account, and please pay attention. I'm about to explain you something. See, here we have the lilium of gnosis, the crucible. My crucible, yeah. And I'm gonna try to make it entertaining, but you didn't pay. You're getting free comedy. If it gets funny, it's free comedy. So if your standards are very high, I'm just telling you, lower them for me, because we're about to go through the stages of dilution. So take yourself, for example, listening to this video. Usually the follower of a method is twice removed from how the phenomena actually occurred. So you're listening to me through YouTube. That's twice removed. I would dare to say it's actually more than that, but we simplify it and we say you're more than twice removed from the original source. You're not an eyewitness account, you know. That's just the luxury of our technology. And the classical story is perhaps the experience was privately revealed to a shepherd on the mountain herding the sheep. And here you see him. He's experiencing. Here you see, behold, the shepherd. This is like the OG origin story. So with the superheroes, it's like always their parents die. It's like, shit, we gave birth to a main character, you know? And with the OG, it's always the shepherd getting it privately revealed. So that would be a ton of prophets. That would be Moses. Wasn't it like Muhammad? He was also up in the mountains hiding when he started to go into that cave and hearing voices, receiving gnosis, the gnosis, prostrating because of the environment, I guess. There's something about the solitude. It's a meditational retreat, right? This guy right here is just he's basically stuck. He's gonna have to watch the sheep, the herd, watch the sheep, you know, and that's what he does. And so he gets up in the morning and he eats and then he looks at sheep. Isn't that what they say? When you go to bed and you want to fall asleep, if you want to enter trance, start counting sheep. Maybe that's where that came from. And he's the one reporting the experience. So the experience is being reported and it has interpretation and delivery. So already there, you know, if you don't have primary access, you're disconnected from the source. But let's keep it going. Then it is shared among the people, gaining in popularity. Basically this guy right here, he's giving his trip report, right? But this is way before any of that. He maybe have stumbled upon some trance state or had an accidental Kundalini awakening, or maybe it was something in the food, you know, or he slept too close to the coals of the fire and started inhaling that carbon dioxide until he was getting deprived. And for him it's a problem, you know. He's just a shepherd. Maybe he can't even read or write. So what can be worded? This is not a literate guy. And what is said, you know? So maybe he's not good with words, maybe he's not good with public speaking. And here he is in town square, going crazy. And then there are onlookers. It is what is heard. That's another tough hurdle to overcome. So this guy is very happy, but the shepherd, he looks upset, right? But this guy, look at him, he looks happy. He has his own interpretation. He knows better, right? So it's like, this isn't meant to be taken literally. He doesn't mean that he saw light and heard a voice from heaven. This is just a guru, you know. This is just an old wise sage telling me, you know, something comforting, something that's wisdom. It's actually science. It's actually science. He's telling me about evolution, yeah? And that's oh my God, the wisdom of religion. It's so wise. It's actually, what is that? The three billy goats gruff crossing the bridge. It's like maturity. All right, that's the theme. And then there's the troll underneath that bridge, and the largest billy goat gruff. And that's why I say you should be a monster. And then it's what's remembered. That's going to be what's significant to these people. Look at this guy. This is the guy who's going to remember. This is one of the people who's going to remember. This is who you're getting your sources from, bro. And by the way, before anybody starts feeling smug, absolutely every text is subject to this. And look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is the politicians, because the story gets popular, it becomes a big fad. And so he says, politicians and rulers write it down and enforce their narrative. I do not have more than 2 genders. You better write it down that gender is a spectrum, or else this guy is gonna chop your head off. I've donated a lot to this university. Don't think that because we're in 2024 that we're above this. This guy, as long as there are rich bastards, rich, gluttonous, fat bastards in line, wanting to keep you in line, this is like just a symbol. I wasn't thinking of any particular group. We have them. This is just to put it on its edge so it's easy for you to grasp. Look at this fat guy, how fat he is. He's a glutton. Look at the food. He's eating tons of fruits and tons of just candy. That's all he eats, fruits and candy. And he smokes. He, of course, is gonna get intoxicated. And he's got the hookers, he's got his whole harem, and he's got his executioner right next to his Weasley scribe, and he's like, write down that they should not fuck around, no, don't have sex, that's a sin, and don't do drugs, and don't eat too much food, and don't eat too much candy, man. Be productive and work, because what is good for his structure that he's on top of? What is written, if beneficial for the ruler, is going to turn men into workers and soldiers, and women into mothers and whores. He needs whores, he also needs mothers, and he needs a good, stupid, dumb fathers and sons that are stupid. Hey, you don't want this guy. You don't want the thinkers, unless they're going to be weasels, You want this guy. Look at him. Look at that. He's got cannon fodder written all over him. And then you have the women making babies. It's fantastic. Those are gonna become great mothers or whores. Gonna go right into his harem. See, there's a very powerful structure with money and soldiers and useful idiots behind it. And you find it today in the universities. You look at some of these billionaires and what they do is like, dude, what the fuck, dude? What an asshole. Why do you do that? Why do you put money into that? And that's what they're doing. That's where their investments are going. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm pretty sure you know their names. And if not, Alex Jones is more than willing to tell it to you. He's got all their names. He's just a conspiracy theorist. Dude, this guy, Alex Jones, called out 11th September before it happened. You gotta give creds to that, man. You should have way more. People should have way more respect for that guy. Source, yeah. So here's your sources, man. This is the ideal. So this is the gnosis, the epicenter of gnosis, the human experience, the subjective experience of gnosis. Oh, please come into focus, for fuck's sake, man. Ugh. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna have to... here it comes. Source. Don't spoil the surprise. Source. And then we have you. This should be you. First-hand experience. You don't want the sheep, you want that, right? You want source. But usually this is... right now, as good as this is, it's just fertilizer, bro. you're gonna have to do everything yourself, but at least it's better than this, you know? And then comes the ruling class. Oh, how can you? It's so offensive that you think that that's racist. You're kind of like are you a conspiracy theorist? Yeah, it's like, hey, we need to do another vaccine, and the checkup on this one is annually. So every time you're gonna enter a building, it's like somebody's gonna come out like, excuse me, sir, we're very afraid of this virus. We're gonna have to just look inside your asshole, you know, and people will probably go along with it. Hey, I don't want to die. Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? And then this guy, yeah, he gets the real knowledge. Take what is useful. I'm gonna invest some money. Occult practices. Yes, I can afford to go to the ayahuasca retreats. Not you though. You're gonna do this. You, the consumer. Thank you, master, for keeping me safe. And don't be too cocky. Lots of people think, but my religious book, my sacred cow, my Buddhism, my Hinduist practice is better. It's better. Look, it's not the practice. It's not just the practice. It's also this guy just had it accidentally. He just had it accidentally. But it is, make no mistake, it's the gnosis that is the thing that we're looking for. And so we can talk about deprivation. This is one of the fastest ways, scientifically proven, limiting external and internal variation for room where a greater depth of experience can be reached. I mean, this shepherd, he was alone out in the field. Muhammad was sitting in a dark cave. Look at me. What am I doing? Learn and do likewise. Don't just god damn it, fucking cell phone. Don't just follow what's being said because you're eating shit. That's being this guy. You know, I want you away from eating shit. I want you back to here. I want you back here, right? So we make room for gnosis, right? And depth of experience. Yeah, so we say empty your mind. You know, it's not without reason. It's so that it can expand. Because in that emptiness, you can now fill it up. We get rid of all the shit. Like if you do this, dude, your visualization skills are just gonna skyrocket immediately within 5 minutes as you get calm. Yeah, that's true. Not just through silence and darkness, but no thoughts. Try to deprivate yourself as much as possible. So for example, you go, you like paradise. Everybody wants to go to paradise, right? So visually get a picture of something that's paradise-like. And then look at it, remember it, deprivate, now remember it again. And that will become a much better visualization. Maybe it'll appear in a dream. But now it's good to know that you're at least attempting a absorption of the right concentration. And that's Buddhism, that's prayer, that's focus, that's meditation, dude. That's like the good stuff. And then we have overstimulation, creating a state of release by making the experience too much to contain, causing dissociation or meditative states. However, there is drive towards wakefulness. So here there will be a drive towards sleep. Here there will be a drive towards wakefulness. And some ways you can do this is to focus on balance. That's really a full-on workout in and of itself. You can obsess about tactile things that are too detailed, like one of those spike mats you could buy at the store. Drop, I don't remember. Yeah, drop on your forehead is gonna work. You know, the Chinese drop torture. These weren't meant for that, but it's like it's the concept of absorbing what you're meditating on, so that you actually contain it, contain experience enough to release yourself because you have learned the body, you have learned the world, and let's see, overstimulation. You know, the darkness of your eyes can actually be overstimulating. It's different for me, but if you could achieve something like this, I think I will make a video series on that, because it's such a, if you go from atheists and nothing behind your eyes to seeing this, it will change you. It will change you, and it won't take away from your system or destabilize you, but it'll give you some stuff. And this position, this is a great way of overstimulating yourself, right? Because this position here is actually very painful, and because of that, when you go to meditate afterwards, you immediately go deeper. So it's not just overstimulation and deprivation, it's also the contrast between the two of them. I speak on it later in my book. Let me just check if I can get you that page. It's actually kind of hilarious. So yeah, right? The drop of inactivity to rest, you know, and then if you have very high activity, now the rest seems deeper, even though it's the same, because you believe it to be so. So you can be doing a hard-on activity, and because of that, your rest is gonna be like very serene. Look at him. Ooh, the Christ. He's beaten the snake. You know, it's the divine secretion. Like, ooh, he's there. He's defeated he has overcome his lustful desire and done the Christ consciousness, you know, the sacred secretion. Yeah. So that's something. Yeah. But whatever you do, please stop this. Please stop this. And also, it's such a weakness to favor any one particular system. One of the things, and I'll just go over this really quickly. I deleted the last video because it just didn't have the kind of quality. You need to learn something when you're watching my videos, right? So, here, you all know the 7 or 8 chakra system. You all know that one. Here's a Vajrayana system. Okay, so now we go the opposite way, because we've done this for so long. We cannot learn anything else from it, or we just learn it slows down. So doing yoga many times and plateauing, it is likely that most is discovered by doing the opposite from now on. So we're going down from the top of the head, wanting to stay in the knots, the granthis, and the chakras are not real. Okay, so that's what, now we're doing the opposite, right? Perhaps it is good to feel unsafe. So here's the Brahma Granthi located, and what we're going to do is, okay, there's a knot here, and then we feel unsafe, and if we feel safe, it will loosen. But we say no. This is good. This is good that we feel unsafe. We should stay here and get comfortable, right? Perhaps that is the bad developing, strengthening, and then leaving the system. Yeah, this is making us strong. It's Ohm's law, man. We're Ohming. Ohm, and it's Ohm's law. And here are different breathing methods. Dude, I'm just gonna blitz you with information, man. You came to the right place, young Padawan. Oh, to the right place you have come. You know? So hum can go out, can also go in. Hum can go out, can also go in. Hung, atung. So how do you do atung? And my recorder died. What a drag. I was on a rant. I was ranting and raving, spilling beans, dropping secrets. I'll guess we'll just have to go over that in a different video then. So I guess you kind of gotta hit that subscribe button. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. Come here, ingest this gnosis, this forbidden fruit. You're getting divine knowledge.